Hello, hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another short devotional. This one is about a shirt that I got recently. Let me show you the shirt real quick. So I'm not sure if you can see it exactly, but it says lose reception, gain perspective. I got this shirt in a recent family vacation. We went to Zion National Park and we had a great time. If you ever get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. And I love the message of the shirt. My wife's the one who saw it, and she showed it to me, and I just had to get it. It's the one shirt that I bought there. But I love this idea that in order to gain perspective, it helps to lose reception. I think here it's a reference to cell phone reception. I didn't get any cell phone service out there, which was great. But there's something I think in the Bible that relates to this. When we go to Genesis chapters 1 and 2, we have the story of creation. And chapter 2 begins with the seventh day of creation, which is interesting because God's not creating anything physical. He's creating this space, right? It's time and space. And the Bible says that God made it holy, right? He set it aside for a special use. He blessed that day, the seventh day of creation week. And it's interesting later in Exodus when we have the Ten Commandments, there's this reminder, right? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, right? It's not a new thing. It's not a Jewish thing. It's a human thing, right? It's a global thing going all the way back to God's original plan in creation. But what's this whole idea of remembering this special day that was set aside? I think my understanding of it and why this shirt reminded me of it and this vacation got me thinking about it, taking a break, right? I was out of touch. You couldn't reach me if you wanted to unless you were physically there. So no cell phone, no internet, no social media, no phone calls, no emails, no nothing like that. But it was so good to experience that because it gave me an opportunity to think about things. With all the craziness with COVID, and here we had also some deaths of loved ones, not in my family, but in the family of friends of mine, right? And people in the hospital and these different things. And taking a break just to reflect on that and what is really important in life. And my family and I, we decided, to make this trip. And it was quite the adventure. We rented a conversion van and we visited 5 national parks in about 8 days. I think it was the total vacation time, so travel and everything included in that. And it wasn't easy. It was scary. It was the first time doing it. Not everything went according to plan. It was exhausting, and there's chapped lips and sunburns and achy legs and ankles anyway. But it was so worth it. Why? Because it was a break, right? A rest from the day-to-day activities, from my kids, just from going to school and doing homework, even though they were still doing schoolwork as we were traveling in the plane and in the van. But for my wife and I especially, a break from just a disconnect from everything. And there's a benefit in that. It gives room for your soul to breathe. It lets you to think about what's really important and, family time and your health and the decisions that you'll be making in your life and what's really important in life. And I find that this ties in with the Sabbath because the Sabbath is, I think, God saying, hey, it's time for you to take a break and gain some perspective. Stop and think about what's really important in life. So I on the Sabbath, I tend to focus on God and relationships, right? It's usually with my family. We have people over our house, or we go over to somebody's house, or we have fellowship lunch at church. At least we used to before COVID. Now we're going back to it. But anyway, I'm focusing on people, on relationships. It's not about money. It's not about work. It's not about paying for something or being paid. It's about more than that. What's beyond that in life? And in a way, I find that the Sabbath is God inviting me every week to take this break, to take this vacation, to disconnect, to, in a way, lose reception, to even let go, of radio, TV, social media, what be it, and just focus on something else. I'm not saying it's a sin to look at social media or radio, these different things, but what I'm saying is you take a break from what's usually filling up your day and taking up your time, and then you switch focus to something else. And if you haven't tried a Sabbath rest, I'd encourage you to do it. I'd encourage you to do it on the day that God set aside and blessed and set and made holy, the seventh day of the week. If you want, we can talk more about that. Just give me some questions. I think the Bible is incredibly clear in that throughout. But whatever you are in your spiritual journey, I encourage you to take that step, take a break. Try to, give up your reception for a moment, the connection, the hyper connectivity, and just disconnect for a day for 24 hours, rest, and just think about the things that God might be wanting to tell you, what's really important in life, what are your values, what makes life worth it. I think these questions are worth thinking about. So anyway, I love reading your comments. So please take a moment to comment, share with me what has been your experience with the Sabbath. What are your thoughts on it? Have you tried it? Have you been on vacation recently? Where did you go? What did you like about it? Anyway, I look forward to hearing from you, and tune in next time for another short devotional. May God bless you.